I started in construction with a company called T.R. Tucker Construction, working as construction labor. Just very young, and I just always liked the idea of building things. And so I think I was a builder at heart, but I found that in working for Mr. Tucker.
In the very early days, Keith and I's history goes back to being on a carpenter crew together, working for T.R. Tucker Construction in Matthews, North Carolina. We actually met when we were 17 years old, working in the field.
I started with the one concrete pump, managing that, operating that myself, maintaining it, doing all the maintenance and all the pump work and selling the pump to other businesses. And then we added a couple other pumps to the fleet, so I started managing more than pumping. But I still spent most of my days on the back of a 36-meter Elba boom pump. And being out there for years, watching the other concrete crews placing and finishing concrete, either in the slabs or foundations or the vertical walls and columns, all of those had to be pumped. But I saw a lot of mistakes made, a lot of troubles that were brought about by just poor planning and not the best execution of the plan that they did have. I remember just believing to myself that I could do that better. I could find ways of innovating and bringing some technology and other skills into the workplace. I thought, if there was one subcontractor who handled all that, if that was all done under one company, under the control of a leader, which I thought I could lead all that, that's where I thought the innovation existed. And then I started in June of 1985. I opened the doors and opened a bank account and asked a brother who at the time was working with my father in the lumber business and asked him if he'd like to be a partner.
Yeah, so in 1985, I was 8 years old. My dad and uncle started the business. There was just the two of them and maybe one or two employees. Our shop was right next to our house, just walking distance. So I spent a lot of time either going over in the summer, in the evenings after school when they would come in.
We had a few hiccups along the way, as there always is, and we had to make some tough business decisions along the way as well. Probably the toughest time was in about 2008 when the big recession hit due to the housing financial crash. That was some really, really tough times, so we had to lay some people off.
I can remember Keith coming in my office at one point, and it was in kind of the depths of work. Our backlog was dwindling. The projects that we had, not all of them were going great. And I said, Keith, how are you doing? He said, life's kicking me in the shins a little bit, but we're gonna be all right. And obviously here we're 15 years later, and I still remember that. That's still a key point in my mind for at least my history with Wayne Brothers, because I remember thinking, we're gonna be all right. And the man said, we're gonna be all right, we're gonna be all right. And I'm just gonna put my head down and keep working. And that's pretty much what everybody did. We all felt like we were really close to not making it. And we went from that to one of the more successful runs that we've had in the history of the company. And you go, what's that all about? Like, yes, that's luck and just good fortune, but ultimately it's about a team that did everything they could leading up to and during that situation, so that when an opportunity came for us to capitalize on, we were ready to grasp it and go. And man, I look back on those days and think about the relationships that we built, just because relationships are forged in fire, and that was a hot fire.
I would be remiss if I didn't recognize how great a contribution so many of our people, our management, our supervision, and our craft people have added to what we call Wayne Brothers. Families, brothers, cousins, husbands and wives, sons, daughters, mothers and fathers, just throughout the company now with over 650 employees. They all believe in what we're trying to do. And our culture over these last 10 years in particular has really grown exceptionally strong and close. The people are really the substance of what makes Wayne Brothers who we are.
Wayne Brothers is great because of its people, full stop. But how we continue to grow and make sure those people have all the opportunity they want in order to achieve what they want for this company and for their family is through our culture and living that out every day.
10 years ago, we had a 30th anniversary celebration, and I was asked that question then. Could you have imagined it becoming what it was when we were 30 years old and we moved into our current location at our headquarters? My answer was then, yes, I did. I dreamed, even as a young man, getting my license and building a business and construction business and building it to last, building it to really grow into something more than a small business, more than just a sole proprietor.
I could have never imagined we would be where we're at today. I had no idea that we could grow it from, the 40 or 50 people when I was a young kid around, learning the different managers' names and what they did to what it is now with over 650 employees.
I'd just like to thank all of the people who have been at Wayne Brothers and made it what it is. They're the ones that have built this organization. It wasn't any one person. As great as Keith, Bobby, John, Eric, all of our original 4 owners are, they didn't do it on their own, right? They had wonderful people. But I'd like to thank all of those people, and especially those 4, for doing what they did, because if they hadn't, then none of the rest of us would have the opportunity that we have right now to live in an industry that's awesome and be with a company that I feel like is a leader in that industry.
Personally, for me, I could not have ever asked for a better career. When people ask me I talk to so many people that say, yeah, I'm retired, but I wish I'd done something different. I wasn't that happy. I mean, there's absolutely, when I look back, there's nothing I regret. There's nothing I would have wanted to do any different. I don't have any wishes I had done something different. I'm just very, very blessed to have found myself with Keith and Eric and birthing a company that'll, outlive anything we could have ever imagined.
That's really where we're headed. If we can continue to build our culture and build our people and allow those people to grow other people and attract other people that can help us grow our business, I think that is the largest strategy, the most important strategy that Wayne Brothers has right now, is growing people and culture so that we can be successful for generations to come.